Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. That would really help me out. In this video, I want to talk about the independent record stores versus Amazon, or even Walmart and Target for that matter. The independent record stores versus Amazon in terms of how we purchase and how we what source we use to purchase our records. And I'd like to say up front, I have a lot of love and respect for the small record store owners. I do, because they provide an awesome service for record collectors and audiophiles to purchase records within the community. It is a source where you can go and you can see, feel, and touch the product versus buying it on the internet. Especially with used records when you want to inspect them yourself, because there could be differences of opinions in terms of grading a record. So this allows record collectors and audiophiles to go to a place within their communities to see the record and see the actual condition of a record. So that's very important. So I have a lot of love and respect for small record store owners worldwide and the service that they provide is very critical and very important. I realize that for a lot of people within the record buying community. But I want to give my opinion on the subject, in that, you know, what I do. I understand a record store owner, and also I want to give this information out too. My father was a small business owner. He had a business, and he was an electrical engineer, and he had a business in the aerospace defense electronics industry. And when I graduated from college, my father was kind enough to hire me. I graduated with 2 degrees, one in computer science and math, and I worked for his company as a software design engineer. So I know the trials and tribulations and struggles of a small business owner, because I've seen it firsthand years ago when I worked for my father's company. I just wanted to say that. But, and I understand, like I said, the importance of the small record shop owners. But here's my perspective. They're in it to make a profit, and they should. They're in it to make a profit. They sell new and used records, and it's a fabulous source to buy used records, but they're in it to make a profit. Here's my perspective. They're in it to make a profit. They have to protect their business, but I also have to protect my interests as well. I look at me and my wife's home. We're homeowners. And it's almost like a small business in essence, because we have a budget that we have to adhere to. Our resources, just like most people in the world, our resources are not infinite. Financial resources are not infinite. They are finite. So our budget in terms of luxury items, or you know, I consider a record maybe not a luxury item, but it's an item outside a necessity, like paying your mortgage, paying your electric bill, paying your gas bill. Those are a necessity. A record's not a necessity, okay? But there's a finite amount of money to spend those on things like records, or if I collect watches, or, you know, whatever. So I have to watch how I spend that money within that budget, within my monthly budget. And so I opt to buy at a source or resource where I can get them as cheap as possible. And that happens to be Amazon. For example, if Amazon's going to sell a record from $3 to $5 less than anybody else, I'm going to buy it for Amazon. That makes sense from my perspective. Maybe not the independent record store's perspective, but from my perspective, it makes all the sense in the world, because my resources are not infinite. They are finite. So I have to look after myself, just like the small business owner. In this case, the record store owner has to look after himself and maximize his profits the best possible. I know that is a conflict, but I have to see it from my point of view at the end of the day. So I opt to buy my records, most of them, on Amazon, if they're $3 to $5 cheaper. It just makes all the sense in the world from a consumer's point of view. If you go to buy gas, and there's a gas station on one side of the street and gas station on another side of the street, and they're both selling a type of gas that you will actually buy, and one is 10 to 15 cents greater than the other, you're going to go to the one that's cheaper, okay? If the price of eggs have escalated, and as of the taping of this video, which is February 2023, if the price of eggs has increased, you're going to go to a store, if possible, where the carton of eggs is a few dollars cheaper. Me and my wife, I think a few weeks ago, went to a store where they were $3 cheaper than where we normally buy. And she wanted to buy a couple of cartons of eggs. So she went to where she can save money. That is what consumers do for the most part. And it should not stop, in my opinion, for me, with the records, you see. And I know some of you are going to say, well, Amazon has a unfair advantage over a small record store, because Amazon is not just selling records, okay? They're selling automotive parts, they're selling Hot Wheels, Barbie dolls, you know, anything you can think of, they're selling it. So they're selling stuff in volumes and in bulk, and that gives them and so does Walmart and Target, by the way. For those of you who buy records from Walmart and Target, they sell a lot of other things where a small record store, they're at a disadvantage from that point of view. So that gives Amazon an extreme advantage over the small business owner. But that's not Amazon's fault. Steve Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, he was smart and intelligent enough to set up that business model. People shouldn't be bagging on him for having that advantage, okay? He earned it, as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, I go where it's cheaper. I have to look after my interests. And it allows me, over a period of time, to purchase more records if I'm saving $3 to $5 a record. So that's just my perspective. And like I said, I have a lot of love, respect, and admiration for the small business owners, especially small record store owners, because they're selling a product that I really love and enjoy. But like I said, my resources are not infinite, they are finite. So I have to buy where it's as cheap as possible. I know it's a conflict between the small record store owner and the consumer, but I choose to buy where it's as cheap as possible for my own self-interest. What is your perspective? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you for viewing. God bless, love, strong peace to all worldwide.